This is the NFT show with your two favorite Nicks, All Nick and Kicks. We're discussing today a word that YouTube's going to demonetize this video for, Cockpunch NFT. We discussed it on Wednesday. We're bringing it back again today because there's a giant reveal going on. So we have the big reveal. Cockpunch.
Let's get right in and pull it up, man.
Dude, I'm gonna pull it up. This is a big
Here's
thing.
The thing. I don't know if you know this about me, Nick, but I've seen a lot of cocks in my day, and I know a good cock when I see one.
Wow.
And I'm just not sure that these cocks are high quality.
Well, inevitably, I said these are going to look like crap. We discussed that this morning, and holy cow, look at these cocks.
I mean, and it's not like terrible. Like, you know, you could do worse jobs with 3D images of cocks. But
whoa, look at this one, watermelon.
I'm looking at that same one, dude. I'm looking at that same one. Here's my problem with it. Is why go with like the 3D modeling? Because 3D modeling is so hard to get like to look really good. You know what I mean? Like just do the cocks as like a 2D, you know, kind of look. And I feel like maybe they look a little better. I mean, that's not a bad cock right there. That's a pretty decently looking cock. I like the hammer, like the hand thing.
Wait, which? Oh, on that person, yeah, the hammer hand.
Yeah, just like the Thanos fist, you know.
Yeah, this one you never. I'm gonna be honest. You never want to see a cock with a lobster claw. Those two things typically don't go hand in hand.
See, if you're in the military and you have one of those, you can get disability when you leave. Little known fact.
If you get a lobster hand. Yeah. I have flat feet, but I feel for the people that have lobster hands. Those are always a situation. Edward Scissorhands hands are also like an issue. You want to look out for that as well. Here's the bigger story. Look at this floor just diving.
I know, dude. I mean, that was inevitable. Retrace. You'll love to see it. I mean, what kind of cocks were people expecting? That's my question.
Well, I mean, what's interesting is these aren't like huge cocks. Like, in fact, like when I look at the size of their head, I think these are actually relatively smaller cocks. And that's one of the issues.
Winning any awards for girth, you know?
No, although this guy might, you know, on the midsection. But like it is kind of weird how it's structured. It does have a more of a flaring head, whereas this one has a skinny one with just a watermelon cap to it.
But let's see if there's any cocks that have gone for a high price. So there is some rare cocks. A couple sold for sold for 4 ETH.
Hold on, is this recently?
If you go back to the collection.
Oh, well, at the beginning, I don't know. The initial 4 ETH, that one was because it was just early on. You're talking about one of the first trades.
2 days ago. You're right. Yeah.
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 Here's a 3 ETH one 20 minutes ago. Is that even a rare cock?
I mean, it's got a fur tail on it, so you know maybe it's
that's a foxtail.
Foxtail. Maybe someone's likes bringing out the foxtails.
Oh, the foxtail. You're right. That is a rare cock attribute.
Yeah.
Wow. It is an interesting situation that we have here.
I mean, the nice thing though is since they are 3D models, you can take your cock into the metaverse once it's alive and functioning.
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely would want to wander around being seen like this. Yeah, I mean,
someone sniped a nice chromatic Cockpunch and is trying to sell it.
This one's kind of nice.
For 50 ETH. Let's see how this is going. Caroline Milan says, "Hi guys, what's up, Carolina? Thanks for joining." Anthony said, "I didn't know this is on Soul." That's a good joke right there. That's actually
a nice cock, dude. Though I think this is a real nice one.
Yeah, I like the light up shoes.
There's multiple lights. You got light up shoes. You got to light up like the whip, dude. The cock whipping is always, again. My mom always said, "Watch out for a good cock whip."
And that stuck with you. I mean,
it stuck with me for a long time because it was a weird thing to come out of my mom's mouth.
You know, but like now it's actually making sense. You know, like you're like, she is a prophetically smart lady.
She envisioned this project in particular.
What a genius lady.
Doing well.
All right, so looking at the floor, so looking at the activity, so we can kind of see the spread of where all of the on the analytics
cock
you can
spread.
see. Yeah, so we've seen this, this doesn't look like a fantastic reveal because we're seeing more downward pressure than sales up top. So highest sale over the last few hours. That doesn't make sense because I know one went for 2. Let's
Where are
include
you
the
seeing that
outliers.
information? Where are you looking at this?
On analytics, then look at last 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then check on sales, check the outliers box.
Look at there, 1.1.
So we can see the highest
Ooh,
sale.
look at
Check
that. That one was nice. A nice peacock.
Yeah.
Back end to the cock.
Got a farmer shirt to it. I love it. And a cock with a peacock. That is funny. I like that playing around.
What are you going to do with this thing? Like, what do you get? What, you can't make it your PFP.
I think you can just take it right into Roblox. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Just go right into Roblox. But yeah, so we can see with the outliers included, the highest sale, 2.94. You got to check that little outlier box, Nick. Top right of sales.
Sorry, what I'm missing something.
Yeah, sales, and then there's that outliers checkbox. So then you can see, like,
oh
yeah,
shit.
so highest sale was 3, then we've had 2 in
what
the
is
2
this
category. But we're not getting much. We're not getting much, distribution above.
Why did that one do? That was the one we just looked at.
The mean for Cox, yeah.
Yeah, the average cock price.
Yeah, is heading downward. There is downward pressure on that, but there is pretty steady volume on the Cox. I mean, we're having like 2 sales a minute on average. Looking over at the listings, a little bit less. There's a decent amount of listings. So we're having a little bit more listings than sales. But if you can find the bottom on Cockpunch, you may get yourself a nice buy the dip opportunity.
Preps to the pros. I know them. The largest holders, 58 cocks.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a bottoming here, but I mean, that's only around 10 minutes of data on the cock sales. So I would say, a nice snipe buy on these, maybe a half an ETH, and get a little rally. But if you look at the chart, maybe it starts to trend up quicker than that. Maybe 0.6 is the floor.
Yeah.
And Sam Penny is kindly asking that we slow down a little bit because he is doing a shot every time we say the word cock. So this guy's already on the fast track to the ER.
Yeah, I think he's probably dead now.
Hopefully he's diluting those shots a little bit.
Like, there's no way that, like, we can't even get this working. Like, we're gonna be banned from YouTube.
Banned from YouTube. Also, I don't know if you want to switch gears, but we have a little bit dramatic breaking news.
Oh,
Mike,
can you hear that?
Oh yeah, I can hear that.
Breaking news,
ladies and gentlemen. This is really coming to you live right off the Twitter feed. Saw a tweet from Mike Dudas about 20, 30 minutes ago saying, feeling like I've had the worst personal betrayal of my life. And I was like, whoa, that's significant. Wasn't sure if he was going to share it. Ended up sharing and retweeting some juicy ass drama right there, which is the block has been secretly funded for over a year with money funneled to the block CEO from SBF, sending to not even the block's LLCs, but to other LLCs that the CEO owns, multiple loans.
Wow.
And SBF even got the block CEO. He said, hey, dude, I know the Bahamian real estate market. I'm going to help you out. I'm just going to get you a nice $28 million place.
Well, here's the big deal. This guy, FinTech Frank, basically has the best interview with SBF of anybody. The unfortunate thing is it came out way after all the other interviews. His is one of the hands down best interviews by a large margin. And so, yeah, I mean, this is pretty crazy. So what we're saying is that there's been bias. Now, what's the problem with this is basically that this is biased. It's biased, the coverage.
Yeah, lack of disclosure. I mean, this
says it could undermine the news company's credibility.
Yeah, because I mean, here's the thing. It's totally fine if SBF was like running ads or like paying for sponsorships with the block, right? And it was disclosed. It's a little bit more sketchy if SBF was sending money to the block and it wasn't disclosed. That already is in the sketchy territory. It gets really sketchy when SBF is giving loans to the CEOs, LLCs that are not the block and bought him real estate in the Bahamas. Now the sketchiest level is like at an 8 or a 9 out of 10. And I love that this guy's name is Moron. And so Moron, Moron is the guy taking over McCaffrey's role. So we like Moron and we don't like
Are you
McCaffrey.
kidding me that the name is Moron? Where are you seeing this? Is this on the site that I'm on?
Yeah, I read really quickly. I have massive levels of ADD.
Where do you see Moron?
It's Moran, but I'm being funny.
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah, a little bit down. Moran will take over McCaffrey's role as CEO.
Well, okay.
And then they're going to look to like buy him out of his shares. I love how like that's like punishment. It's like, hey, dude, you like got like, $30 million of money allegedly laundered to you by SBF.
So now
you're going to have to step down and we're going to buy.
Dude, a $16 million apartment. Did you hear also that Kevin O'Leary got paid? How much was it? We discussed it this morning. Or
$15 million?
$15 million that Kevin O'Leary got paid. It was something that Pio and I had discussed at dinner last night. There, $15 million that he got paid, and he's out here saying, I would invest in SBF again. Yeah, because he gave you $15 million. Can you imagine the amount of money? What's that?
So did he even lose money like net on his overall exposure?
He said he's not going to, but the money was there's also he's deploying capital for other people. So I don't know if he's received the money yet, but he sounded fairly confident that he would be receiving it. Business Insider posted an article suggesting as much, that he was going to actually get it. But what's crazy is this is an obscene amount of money for a news site that nobody reads. So that's something that I find interesting.
Yeah.
Clearly somebody reads it. Mike Dudas does.
Well, and it really opens the doors, right? Because like, okay, he did this with the block. This is not the only time that he's done it. So it's like, where is the money? The money's probably in dozens, if not 100 plus LLCs of other companies that he was using to buy and garner influence from in the crypto space. So I would be shocked if this is the only example that comes out. And the bankruptcy proceedings will probably reveal some more stuff like this. Like, oh, what's this, $12 million loan to this random LLC? Oh, who owns this LLC? Bob Michaels. Oh, who is Bob Michaels? Oh, he runs this crypto exchange. We're probably going to see more of that kind of stuff.
Yes. There's also speculation that Binance is going to go under, which feels really extreme to me. But I was saying takes one to know one. And what I meant by that was essentially if the BNB token was used in a similar way to the FTT token, then we're in for potential some shit. It's all unraveling, which is a good thing.
Cockpunch rolling off the lows.
Let's get back over to that. Check out the analytics. Where are we at right now?
Rallying to 0.8.
You're kidding.
Dead serious.
Holy cow. What a rally.
Great rally for the Cocks.
Dude, they were, for a moment there, they were the underdogs. And the Cocks came back. I wanted to shout out also Najee, who said, what do you think of my photo set collection? I don't even know what your photo set collection is. We don't review them for payment on this show, but we will take your money. So thank you for giving us that money. Shout out to Najee. You a real one. It says is in BTS. I don't know what that is. ISN BTS. I would have no idea. Don't know what that is. Never checked it out. 0.77. So that seemed like a floor that you could sweep.
Yeah, nice bottom at 0.6. I mean, the thing is there's not a ton of volume in both directions. There's not a lot of people trying to get rid of their Cocks. So there is a little pressure on the demand side.
I don't feel good about this.
Yeah, it's a swing trade. Like you would buy at 0.6 and try to dump your Cock for an ETH. But you're not expecting Cocks to bust through 1 ETH all the way up to like 3 ETH anytime soon, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not quite
like
sure.
The degen in me, like there's this little crazy degen left in part of my brain from the bull market. And for a second there, I was like, go buy a Cock, dude. And I'm just kind of slowly extracting that little degen out of my brain. it's going to come back in the next bull, but in this bear market, it needs to go away. And so I've resisted buying one of these cocks here for a little swing trade.
I absolutely wait, you're gonna buy one?
No, I said I'm resisting what little left of degen in my body.
I don't know. I feel like the commenters want to see, the audience wants to see you buy a cock though.
I know they do. I do too. There's a part of me that wants to too.
Because the fact that the mere mention of that gave me a desire to see you purchase a cock.
I just saw this guy released or gave us a donation for. What do you think about my photo set? It's cool, man, but you got to get someone to buy it first. I'm not going to be your first buyer.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Cool project, man.
Someone said, who's behind the cocks? It's Tim Ferriss.
Tim Ferriss. Or as we call him in the business, Big Tim. Also, just some other market news. Looking over at Valhalla, which also had a reveal. Surprisingly, a reveal free of cocks. Didn't see any of those in the trades.
That was another big story this week. The floor price has rebounded a little bit.
It did, but then it went back down. So if we're looking at the last 24 hours,
look at this.
So like pre-reveal, it was at like 0.6. It kind of started dipping. It kind of started dipping. No, it was like 0.7. Then it went to 0.6. Then on reveal, it dipped all the way down to like the 0.4 range, rallied back up to 0.6. Now rallied back down to mint price. So it's sitting right around mint price right now. But we are seeing a little bleed out here. 39% unique owners. That's one part I also you need a little bit more distribution there, I think, to
the biggest story of this week, as you recall, is the Clone X action. So
nice rally off the bottom there too.
What's the name of the project?
Yeah, Clone X right there.
This one. Why is it X Takashi Murakami?
Because he did some art in the project.
I like how they have that in the title though. Like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're really trying to leverage that brand, if you know what I'm saying.
So 6.9 is where we're at on the floor. That's up. What was the low of it? Oh, came down to 6.5. I mean, this is like a stable coin out here.
Yeah. It went down to like 6.5 on Blur. It went all the way down to right about 6 ETH, and then has rallied off of those lows. I mean, here's the thing: like buying FUD is notoriously actually a great trade in NFTs. One of the best buy the FUD opportunities was Zuki, right? Going from 10, 12 ETH. Zagabond drama comes out. Same kind of situation. A bunch of big holders are like, oh, this is pathetic. Like I'm getting out of the project, F this. Goes all the way down to like 5 ETH. I think in that range briefly, but like 5 or 6 ETH. And now look at it. It's back up. It's like at 13 ETH now. It's back up to the pre-FUD levels. So I tweeted out earlier today, I could see Clone X kind of having, a similar kind of situation. You're going to have some price drop as some people that don't like, what's happening with the project, want to exit. But then, if enough people like Clone X, I mean, once again, yeah, they're, extracting value from the space. They're a company that got acquired. If you understand how acquisitions work, you usually got to hit some performance targets in order to get those juicy Nike shares. So, they're definitely trying to print some revenue, but I mean, what's going to replace them as like another top project? And are these things really going to go away to nothing because they, fucked up a shoe drop and you can't ship it out of the United States? I mean, here's the thing. The reason why they probably can't ship it out of the United States is because it lights up. So there's like battery packs inside. And if you don't know e-commerce, like shipping batteries is like a big issue internationally. And people are like, well, then why didn't they tell us right away? They deceived us. Well, guess what, dude? They probably were just building this shoe and then they got it to the production phase. And Nike's like, yeah, these things got batteries in them. We only can distribute this in the United States. And so then they kind of are like, oh shit, we have to let it know. I really don't think that they knew that for like 9 months. Maybe they did. But at the end of the day, it's a business. Businesses make mistakes. You know, and retail buyers are very reactive to those mistakes. So another buy the dip opportunity there, only for a 10% swing though. It's not like you made generational wealth buying that dip.
I did not trade Azuki. I do not own any Azuki. I've not participated in that. Valhalla, another one that I've not participated in. The common refrain that's been going on for us on the show consistently is that like we haven't been participating in any of this. You did mention though there's something that's going on right now in one of the major projects. Bored Ape Yacht Club's been slowly bleeding down from where it was up at like 72 or something like that, right?
It actually hit 75.
Ooh,
Because
every time this may be a good time to flip. Just FYI, when you see a floor that has 3 of these in a row, that's usually a local bottom historically. So it may be time to pick up one.
3 of the eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, these are always seated at the bottom because no one wants to like represent themselves as one of these. Oh, Franklin sold this one.
Yeah,
I mean, this has a long history.
Yeah,
OSF had one of these.
Get traded back and forth like 900 times.
How crazy is it that it's OSF? Nobody.eth. You remember him? OSF and Franklin.
You got to think, Nick, is your ape has only been traded once. You know, it hasn't been passed around the block. It's pretty pristine.
Oh, I got a pristine ape. What's interesting is there's some clean ones that are sitting around here. Like this one's a pretty clean ape.
That's a clean one. Yeah.
That's a clean ape. You pick that one up real quick. I feel like this is a nice $10,000 flip that you got here.
But the most interesting thing to me is
he bought it for 66.25 on November 25th.
Yeah, it's not
70.
Yeah, it's not so much that Bored Ape Yacht Club is like bleeding because like going down 10-15% isn't like a dramatic dip in a risky asset, but it's more so the relationship between mutants and Bored Ape Yacht Club. And I feel like that ratio that has been like whatever 7-1 for a long time, that ratio may
5-1.
Yeah, that's another clean one. That ratio may end up getting broken. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see mutants like actually close the gap on Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like meaning like Bored Ape Yacht Club goes to 60 ETH and mutants stay at 13, 14, you know, or even keep moving up to 15. So I could see the relationship between the two narrowing from that 7-1 ratio to maybe like a 6 or a 5-1. But yeah, it's been interesting to me. Mutants have held on pretty strong. Like fun fact, there's only 250 more mutants listed than Bored Apes, despite being double the collection size.
Wow. And this one has Pio's favorite M1 grin.
I can't handle worms. There was what was that show? It was like, you know, it's on Nick at Night, and it was like, you know, like kind of like scary, and they were like all these different episodes and stuff like that. There was one where like a kid's eating spaghetti, and then there was actually like worms and spaghetti. So like any sort of like worm shit, even sometimes spaghetti, just freaks me out. So like
this
I can't have
pretty
worms.
Nice.
Can't have worms on my mutants.
Look at this.
That's clean, dude. That's clean, dude. You can. That's a really clean one, actually.
Huh.
OX Singularity ETH, if you're listening to this right now, what are you doing?
Sorry, who?
The owner. What are you doing?
Why is this price so low?
Yeah, scroll down. Where did this guy get it at, or gal?
Let's get rid of transfers.
27 ETH back in the day. That's a good trade.
Taking a loss.
That's a rough, man. I've been there, Singularity ETH. Got plenty of L's myself.
They bought this for $95,000.
Yep.
Selling it for 19.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm sitting on the couch, you know, my wife's like, you know, what are you thinking about? I tell her, oh, nothing, but I'm thinking about a situation like this.
This is right here. This is tax loss harvest season right here. This is a tax loss harvest season potential deal that you could go pick up.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Oh, because that guy's selling for tax loss and you're getting opportunity.
Exactly.
One man's loss is another man's gain, as someone said.
When did this get listed? That's my question. Sale ends January 9th, so listed for a month. He listed it today. Well, why would he list it till January 9th, though, if this is, I mean, I guess he could always cancel it, but this is just a weird way for him to list it. Made a mistake there.
Yeah. That is something to consider with NFT purchases over the next month. This was a lossy year. This was a lossy year for people. So the United States compadres and maybe other countries that have tax loss harvesting, you will see some good deals come on the market. And some of those may come in the later half of December. So it may be a buyer's market here over the next 20 days.
And this is from an M1 Cheetah, man. I don't know. This is
It looks good. I mean, that looks clean. You could actually get a date on Tinder with that one. The worm one, you ain't getting no callback, buddy.
Yeah, this is like only 0.6 off the floor.
Shirt. I hate that worm shirt.
Dude, that's one of the best.
Ugh, another worm shirt. Disgusting.
Someone watching this is just going to go pick that thing up. This one's actually, here's another one that's similar to that.
That's a good one. I like that. That's got the goggles.
Huh. Maybe I'll sell one of mine and buy this one instead. You know what I'm saying?
Gway Sprayer says offer at 13.9. What's 1 ETH difference on the loss? You bring up a great point. What's the difference between losing $80,000 and $81,100? Not much. So
What's
that's
the
another
difference between me and you?
Try to find some opportunities where you think people are tax loss harvesting. Maybe you could toss them a little offer, save a few shekels.
Let's maybe we can do a quick meditation.
I was thinking the same thing at the beginning of the show, but I wanted to, kind of let you manifest it yourself. So let's get in there. I'm gonna turn my volume up a little bit, and I'm gonna adjust some of my stones on my desk. Cool, they're all in perfect alignment.
Your crystals are there?
Yeah.
Remember, everybody, you want your crystals to be aligned for the chakra to be aligned. As your chakras point towards the heavens, you want to take that energy in from the heavens down directly in through the top of your head and down into the base of your body.
You want that to shoot right through the pineal gland,
straight through the right, so that you're actually properly protected to not be cock punched in this position.
Yeah, great.
Avoid the cock punch.
Yeah.
You're going to want to bring in some positive energy and let go of the challenges that you face this week. Did negativity come your way at some point this week? Was there a little bit of volatility in your life? Maybe last week you were in Miami sitting in traffic for the majority of your trip that cost you thousands of dollars to go down there. And you were like, well, was that worth it? Don't dwell on that. Let that out. Let go of that negativity. Breathe in the knowledge that you hosted a great event for at least 15 people in your community.
Maybe you recently opened the hidden folder on OpenSea. And you said, what the hell was I thinking? Am I an idiot, or was just everyone an idiot? When you look at a project that you bought 1 ETH of and it was called Small Brains Unrevealed, and they never revealed, they rugged pre-reveal.
Let go of that knowledge, Get
rid of that.
Those trades don't define you.
They don't.
That energy doesn't define you.
It doesn't. Maybe I should have taken that 1 ETH offer on that Rail Little World that I have that's now worth $1.50.
Could not agree more.
But I can't let that define me in my future path in NFTs.
Doesn't define you. If you bought a Cockpunch for over 1 ETH, first breathe in positive energy, knowing that we're near the end of the year and next year is bringing very, very great wealth to all of us. And inflation's on the way down. Breathe in that knowledge.
It's going to bring money back into your bank account.
Let that in. Inflation is not going up, it's coming down.
Maybe you're looking at Gwei right now and you're like, why is it at 280? And you see it's because someone is swapping Tether at large amounts into USDC. And you're worried because you're like, is this person trying to break the back of Binance or just the crypto markets in general? You can't control that. Out of your control.
How is USDT looking? That's something when you're meditating. Take that thought that just came in. I just gave you visibility into the monkey mind so that you have a good understanding of what the monkey mind looks like. Oh, I was sitting here trying to be silent and not focused on this negativity. And there it popped into my head. What is the price of USDT?
And it's okay. We just checked. You don't have
Just
to
let it go.
But let it go. Even if it was depegging rapidly in front of your eyes, just breathe.
Oh, is the market completely collapsing? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You don't need to check on that right now. And the answer is no. It went down to $1, and it's currently at $1.
Yeah. And if you're in this meditation right now and you're thinking about the price of Ethereum, let it go. Let some space open up in your brain. It's $12.69, by the way, but don't think about it. Let that space just free up in your brain. Okay.
Yeah. There's no need to go and open up TradingView to find out, hey, what's the price of Bitcoin? Oh, it's 17,140. You didn't need to do that. Okay. There was
You
no
don't need to
reason
see
to
that
go
it hit
check
one
that.
of your levels. You know, was it theoretically a good trade that in the past you're kind of mad that you didn't take? You don't need to do that thought exercise.
Oh, were you curious because you were meditating and trying to remove your negativity and you wanted to see if you were up on the $10,000 Solana trade that you made earlier in the day? Let that go. That's the monkey mind talking to you. You don't need to go pick up the phone and check TradingView right now, even though I know you're going to end up doing it. Let it go. Sit with peace. You know, I've been reading a book recently. And in that book, they were talking about people can't deal with pain. And the tolerance for pain has gradually lowered over time because we have access to dopamine that makes us happy and excited all of the time. People can't even sit there. But through this meditation, you have the ability to sit there and feel that peace, to feel that energy coming from above, and to sit with positivity. You can sit with silence and feel that discomfort because you're used to having a phone when you walk over to the toilet, right? You're used to having a phone when you're just sitting on the couch watching the TV because most of the TV shows suck anyway, so you don't need to be paying attention to it like nonstop. You can like flip through to it a bit. Sit there and be like, I'm a little bit bored.
And that's
Enjoy
fine.
that. And that's a good thing.
Stay present in the moment. I let my presence break. I looked down at my phone. I saw a message from my wife saying, "Are you talking about Cox?" ? And then I started thinking about how I'm going to go upstairs and explain that situation. I'm leaving the moment right now. I'm leaving this present moment, thinking about a situation, explaining to my wife what kind of Cox we were actually talking about on this live stream. But that's removing me from the present into the future. And that's a mistake. I need to reground myself into this moment.
Bring it back. Bring it back. You're getting distracted. See? So we've demonstrated the monkey mind. We've demonstrated the distraction. We've re-emphasized the importance of your presence. And we're grateful for the fact that you all are here with us to enjoy this moment. The only thing we may be missing is a few more crystals.
Yeah. And make sure they're aligned. Like and if you forget the proper alignment, roll back this video at some point in time. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. But at one point in time, roll back and see Nick's proper sound still alignment.
Wow. Well, that was great. It was, a meditation for the ages. And, I, for one, feel good headed into the weekend with the fact knowing that going to absolutely crush this weekend. Going to knock it out.
Knock it out.
Cock punch it in the face.
Great week. Apparently, there's a Moonbirds Mythics tease happening later.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to check that on my own time. I'm not going to let that distract from the other things I'm doing. I'm going to get that information on my own time. I'm not going to let the information technology space control when I get the information. I'm going to control them when I go access that information from them.
That's correct. And you know what else is correct? Is that we're sponsored by SoRare. Check them out at the nifty.com/SoRare. Fantasy football, fantasy sports. And when I say football, I mean real football.
Americano football.
You may have been watching no, I actually meant soccer. That's what I was
international football.
The real
Speaking
football.
of that, and if you're on SoRare, you'd probably know this. Croatia, big upset today. Saw that. That was pretty phenomenal. Beat Brazil. Phenomenal game. Other than the insane amount of fake flops that the Brazilian team did, I thought it was a phenomenal match. And I thought maybe I like soccer a little more than I thought I did. And by soccer, I mean football. SoRare.com.
Check it out, the nifty.com/so-rare. That helps us get points for showing the fact that this sponsorship was worth greater than the $5 that they decided to pay us.
And as we slowly exit this live stream back into our live living, Brett with a great recommendation. He wants to see a meditation from Tub Talks one time, which I think is a phenomenal hybridization of two ideas.
Wow.
Can't promise you anything, Brett, but stay tuned. It may come into a future near you.
That's going to be awkward, and I like it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday.